I'm tuning in with an awoken divine masculine collective. Okay, so this is divine masculine who has had what is called like an accelerated awakening. Many souls on earth actually right now are experiencing this. Okay, so it may have been, an awakening that started several years ago, or, whatever. It was very gradual. For some, they were cracked open like a year ago. When I say, cracked open, I mean like awoken. Okay. Yeah, this is someone they're coming to join you on this new timeline. You guys are on the same wave. Okay. So, also what I was hearing specifically was, and this all has to connect with the full moon, lunar eclipse in Virgo. We'll just say like the eclipse season, because the full moon and eclipse the full moon eclipse that we're about to have in a few days, we're already like in that energy of it. You know what I mean? So we're already feeling it basically. And for who this is for, this very enlightened, this masculine is seeing things very clearly with their third eye. They're seeing things and feeling things, which is, I'm going to put emphasis on feeling things, because for so long they weren't letting themselves truly feel what felt in alignment, what felt like the truth, what felt like right. So now, as we know, like when you awaken, like that's what you align with. You start aligning with your heart and your soul and that truth, as opposed to, the ego, and the programming truth, that you were operating off of before. So they are no longer the system, okay, like a computer, like a phone, like iPhone, whatever, like how it has its system updates. This divine masculine system has been updated. This divine masculine system has been extremely updated. I'm telling you, it's an accelerated awakening and ascension that's been happening. If it's a twin flame, it's because a great deal of the reasoning is because of how the feminine has risen over the past year, 6 months. There's been an extreme amount of healing, like death and death cycle. Like it's been like the feminine has been really moving through the darkness, through the underworld, through the void, through the shadow. The masculine has too, but the feminine has been moving through it in a very powerful way that has shifted a lot of the energy within the soul connection, because you guys are essentially of the same soul, and you carry the same identical soul frequency and blueprint for twin flame. If you're new here, mi amores, I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium and a high priestess. So I channel a lot of different things, but divine union, divine counterpart messages and energy is a great deal of what I pull through here and what I receive, because that's a part of my mission here, is to guide souls through these journeys, and healing, and helping them come into high-risk gamos union with themselves, so that they can come into union with their beloved counterpart, right? So anyways, some of you guys are there. Some of you guys, this is like future, like energy, like message, where maybe it happens a month, 2 months, 3 months down the line. For who this is for, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your heart and soul. Just like this masculine is feeling you in their heart and their soul. Okay? For like a smaller group of you guys, this is someone maybe that you've never even met, and they are going through a very powerful awakening, and the universe is working overtime. The eclipses are helping with this. That's why it's so important. The eclipses eclipse things out, but they eclipse things in. So the eclipses are literally, along with the other transits in astrology, right? But the eclipse is literally like, it's a removal of a lot of stuff that's a block or creating resistance, okay? A lot of subconscious clearing of past life wound and trauma is happening with this eclipse. I'm not an astrologer. I just channel everything that I tune into, right? So I don't know, but that's what I'm receiving. That's what's coming through the strongest. It's very 6 of Cups. So there could be past life soulmates that are aligning into your life, but also at the same time, a lot of past life wounding and trauma and things, right, that are also being cleared to allow this to come in. Okay. This is who's like ready for this stuff though. Okay. Like, you know, it affects everyone, the eclipse and the full moon, right? It affects every single soul, every human being on earth. It affects everything, right? But for who this is for, like, you've done an extreme amount of work. And you know this from a heart and soul, higher self level. You're not like fooling yourself by being in the ego saying, oh yeah, I've done the work, I'm ready for union. You know, this is for those of you guys who have truly, like, you've been healing like your inner, you know, feminine, masculine a lot. And so has this divine masculine who I'm tuning into. So let's go ahead and start. I'm feeling called to get a card or two from the crows. Okay, a lot, you know, for a lot of you guys, the crows and the ravens, but the crow spirit, the crow medicine, you guys could have, you know, very deep connections with the crow. Crows are messengers of the spiritual realm. They're protectors. Highly intelligent. I believe the crow is like the most intelligent bird on earth. They're extremely smart. Crows are extremely smart. Highly psychic. All of this stuff ties into both. Excuse me, I'm like all of a sudden needing to burp. That literally only happens when I'm like at moments when I'm channeling for the collective. And this is a divine union love reading. So there's a lot of clearing in the heart. A lot for you and this masculine. You could be the masculine watching though, you know what I mean? So I could be talking directly to you as a divine masculine, or you're a divine feminine tuning in, receiving the message in regards to a masculine. Grief is on the bottom of the deck, master number 22. This is a lot of what has been clearing and what you guys have been feeling and moving through, but there's also a grievance, a loss, mourning the loss of the divine feminine. That's what this is. But this literally speaks of grieving the old life and the old story and the old version of self. It's death of the ego, death of version or a version of yourself that you have been living in and looping in for however long. This is the ancestors, the angels, the spirit guides. For me, this is these two right here is the inner masculine and feminine. Grieving the loss of inner feminine, you know, there's, do you know what I mean? It's all connected. Wow. Look at all the clouds. It's like, you know, very gloomy in this card. Grief is that. Grief is sadness. Grief is pain. Grief feels like suffering. You know, if you've ever lost someone very close to you, like direct to you, like someone you love just so deeply, you know. And that's this. So this masculine, so like I said, for a small number of you guys, this is someone that you don't know. But for most of you guys, you know, this is, I feel, someone that you've already you've connected with. You've crossed paths. Two ships passing through the night, right person, wrong. You know, even though when you guys met, that was a point of some kind of divine timing, but it wasn't the time to be fully in union, because you guys needed to go into separation. You guys needed to do your own healing work separately. There was lessons, karma, right? Okay. Soaring high. This is like I'm taking flight. This is like 8 of Wands for me. Card number 46. This could be someone's age. I say, you know, that, you know, because we have 22, but this is for the souls who have endured some very big life experiences, meaning like you're probably a little bit older in age. You know, 22 years old, you're just beginning life. And maybe you are awakened. Maybe you've been awakening. Maybe you're very connected and in tune. And who am I to say? I mean, that could always connect to, you know, the younger generations, but I'm telling you, you guys, this is for the older crowd. You're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, etc. They're soaring, they're flying, they're taking flight. It physically saddens me and hurts to be away from you physically any longer. That's the feeling here. Okay, so going back to what in the very beginning, what I was receiving, I kept hearing, like, you know that song by Lady Antebellum, I Just Need You Now? I just need you now, right? It's 1:15, I'm a little drunk and I need you now, right? So that could be significant, that song could be significant, but it's really the I just need you now. And it's not codependent need you, it's like you're where I belong. Like it's true, like holy divine union, coming home to your true beloved. No one else feels right. Nothing else aligned. Like nothing feels right. I'm getting something about marbles. I don't know, but marbles. Maybe that was like something you used to play. Like you used to play marbles when you were young. My dad and my nephew, like that's one of their like things. Ever since my nephew, he's like 15 now. He's like, you know, Mr. Cool guitar player, Mr., you know, has a little now, like, you know. But that was always a thing for my nephew and my dad. They every time my nephew would be over at Grandma and Papa's house, it was always, Papa, will you play marbles with me? So they would play marbles. It was so cute. It's like also the saying, like, I just saw 1212 for confirmation. I feel like I've lost my marbles. I feel like I've lost my mind. When you're going through an accelerated ascension, especially like when you're very first kind of really starting, like to tune in to like the fact that you're ascending, something has shifted, you've awoken, you feel different, you're seeing things differently. Now you're seeing angel numbers and all these synchronicities that you never saw before. Like, it's kind of wild. It's crazy. And there is definitely a ton of moments where you feel like, am I crazy? Have I lost my mind? Have I lost my marbles? Communication is coming. Look at this. Look at this. I made it. He's like, I flew through the rain, through the snow, through the storms. I made it. For, you know, divine feminine, this masculine, I just need you now, but more than anything, I need to know. I just need to know. I just need to know. I need to know, have I lost my marbles or is this real? I need to know, is there hope for us? Is there still hope? Is this hope and faith and all of the messages and signs and dreams and feelings that I am receiving and going through? Like, there's a lot, there's been so much communication, like telepathy between you guys. It's so strong. It's so strong that it's as above, so below. It's pulling it in from the 5D astral energy to the physical. I just need to know. And literally, like, the crow has landed on the windowsill, coming like through the window into the home. And that's what I just said about home. There could be something about cooking because there's like a cutting board and like a knife. There's also flowers here. That could be something about you. Like, this masculine sees you as, it's like they see you as extremely different, one of a kind, the apple of their eye. But it's the things you do and like everything about you. So like how I have this beautiful, like I just cut fresh lavender from my lavender bush out front. I need to prune it down like a bit anyways. But it already is getting like all these blossoms on it. But I'm like, I need lavender in my space, right? That's the inner white witch of me. That's the inner like healer and earth goddess and, you know, planetary like guardian and priestess, and right? Okay. So whoever my divine masculine is, they're going to love this about me. They're going to love the fact that I, you know, have the call to work with herbs that grow in my grass, or, you know, weeds that are actually like very beautiful, you know, that hold very powerful medicinal healing properties, that I meditate outside. I do, you know, stretches and yoga. I connect with the elements and nature and the birds and the sun and the moon, and I connect with the fire, and I like bonfires, and that's a part of like my rituals that I try to do, you know, a couple times a week or once a week, or, you know, like they will adore and be like so like about my work, and they will support me in it without any kind of judgment and just pure love. This is the example of what true divine like counterpart, like the, you know what I mean? Like we're calling in our counterparts. Like this is the stuff that will be in alignment. So going back, like this person loves the fact, and that's a huge, they're like, it's so attractive. It's so attractive because you're not like anyone else that they've ever met or ever encountered. But also it's the fact that they are like going through a very powerful mass, like accelerated awakening. And these eclipses, you guys, because we have the one, and then like 2 weeks later or whatever, we have the other one. It's the rest of March. We are in eclipse season for the rest of March. We have the spring equinox happening, which is all about new. And the eclipses, that's what's happening. It's aligning in, it's pulling in the timelines that you have been calling out to and manifesting and pulling in. I just need to know. I need to know. Am I like, it's like, I know, it's like, it's just like you feminine, like, you know, or the divine feminine. It's the moments of like, am I crazy? And then you go, you know, and then boom, all of a sudden spirit gives you a reading or some kind of synchronicity or numbers that confirms for you, no, you're not crazy. And then your mind is blown again. Like, oh my gosh. There's, where there used to be like hesitation with this person and where there used to be like doubt, the doubt and the fear in these ways is eclipsing out. I feel like for most of them, for, you know, I feel like that's already been, that's a part of what they've been releasing and moving through and healing too, you know, because that kind of stuff is connected to their inner wounds and experiences, etc. Okay. Flying high, you know, and then it's like, it feels very wintry and cold in this card, but look, you have the sun breaking through, bringing warmth and light. And then you also have these beautiful trees. You know, these look like, to me, like where I live, there's a lot of almond orchards and dairies, and but the almond orchards around us, like every spring, like before the spring equinox, like usually in February, they bloom and they blossom with the most beautiful, like light pink, snowy whitish pink, like blossoms. And it's beautiful. It looks so gorgeous, like big puff balls of snowy petals, you know, just orchards and orchards and orchards of them. That's what it's showing me. And so for me, this is like about the time frame, the timing, meaning it's happening right now. This person has already been like moving towards you, they've been thinking about it. They've been thinking about wanting to move towards you, moving towards you. You know what I mean? But and the crow, look at divine, look at, oh my gosh. You guys, didn't I not say the 6 of Cups? Because literally I recorded a reading last night, but it didn't finish uploading until this morning. And it's going to be right below this one. And it's like your wings of light, a knock at the door, exhilaration. But the very first card out in that reading was the 6 of Cups. And I talked all about like how it's past life clearing with the eclipses and a lot of like subconscious stuff that's being cleared from past life stuff and trauma, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with this person, but also because of the energy, the eclipsing out, the eclipsing in, right? Like the new, the Mercury and Venus retrograde, like just a lot. It's bringing in beautiful, destined, divine timing, aligned stuff that you've been praying for, you've been manifesting, wishing for from your heart, not from your brain, from your true heart. It's two, see how the string splits off into two and like, right, connects to the star. You guys could be both star seeds or, right, resonate as that, right? Earth angels. It's definitely like a lot of balancing feminine, masculine, light and shadow, right? Like the angels, Archangel Michael, the angels, like your angels, like these, they're helping with all of this. They've been helping with all of this, but this is divine timing, healing and divine timing. That's also what this, like the full moon, the eclipses, that's what it's helping with. It's just like I said, it's aligning in your timelines of wish fulfillments, the things you've been manifesting, the things you've been praying for, you know, envisioning, right? That, you guys, I'm telling you. All right, claim this, you guys. Like the video, claim the energy is yours. There's like 3 numbers that I'm seeing for confirmation if you want to comment. 222, 888, and 333. Okay. Someone from the past, a past life soulmate, their hope. What did I say? Is there hope? This is a card of hope and faith. The star card. 'Cause baby, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. Right? Look at that. This divine masculine, they've been moving through a lot of inner conflict. There's been a lot of healing around the inner conflict, wounds, heart healing, right? They've had a lot of inner conflict about like seeing you as their wish fulfillment. They've been battling themselves. But there is this energy of surrender with the 4 of Swords. Surrendering after a loss. We have the grief card. This also shows me that this person has been doing a lot of healing where there's been like arguments, chaos, conflict in their life. They're healing that. It's like, I just want my peace. I want to rest. I want peace in my life. And this is a peaceful energy. It's also major arcana. This could be someone that like you've known for a very long time or you met when you were younger. It's just growth. This person has seen you evolve and grow. See? But it's also like this, how much this person, it's like when you met them, they were in this energy, meaning like inexperienced, you know, there could have been like levels of, right, immaturity, spiritual immaturity, emotional immaturity. It's like, you know, like a man who's like, I'm a man, I'm this, I'm an adult, I've got all this stuff and I'm successful, right? But on the inside, they're just a little boy, meaning that inner child is still very wounded. They, you know, so a true divine feminine will look at a man like that and see right through it. They will see right through it. They will see the inner child that is wounded. They will see the, you know, the desperation of the mask and the facade and like the persona that they put on. And it will be a turnoff to a divine feminine. It'll be a, you know, like there will be compassion and all these things, but it will also be like, we're not, you know, and true divine feminine Empress energy, like, understands that, because they can see from such a higher perspective than where the masculine is at or was at. Okay. Yeah, it's like this person felt like super exposed being around you. Like they just knew that you could see right through them. They could see through you too, though. And that's part of the triggering, and that's part of the running and things that maybe happened, right? Because I'm getting for some of you guys, like this person literally left you on red. It's okay. That's why these two came out in these. Okay. So it's like so for some of you guys, like they've been having that inner conflict because it's been silence. Like they left you on red, or they ghosted you, or, you know, kind of left you hanging basically, like what happened, you know, but you were like, screw this. I'm self-loving. I'm not chasing. I'm not like in that vibration anymore of like, what happened, you know, like blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like the feminine who I'm speaking to was like, okay, fine. You know, you kept your focus on you. But I think for most of you guys, you always felt, or you always knew inside your soul and in your heart of hearts, like, right? Like this is not over. You knew that. You knew this was a cycle that eventually would cycle back. Depending on the divine timing, you know, it's like if you were available, then, you know, like you just knew it would circle back, but you didn't know if when it circled back, if you would still be interested, or if it would be an option for you anymore, or if maybe you would already be in a connection. Do you know what I mean? But you felt that it would circle back or magnetize back at some point to create some kind of like balance, basically. You know what I mean? To receive some kind of clarity, answers, you know, truth, explanation, whatever it is, right? Okay. You are the wish fulfillment. You are, this is like their intention, like what they are wanting. Okay. Let's go ahead and just, where we're at 27 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to start wrapping it up here, you guys. Yeah, I don't know what the title is, but it'll reflect that. Like, they just need to know. They need to know. They need to know. You both need to know. You guys both need this for healing. There's some kind of wish fulfillment, destined alignment happening that is connected to the past life soulmates, right? And it brings a lot of healing. It brings healing. I immediately heard disruption. Disruption. This is what the eclipse could be bringing in, or already has started bringing in, to create transformation and you know, further alignment to like what you are praying for and hoping for and calling in. I just feel like this is that crow, meaning this person. It's that crow like crashing in, meaning like flying in really fast. This is happening fast. You know, and I've been talking about this, like there's, in the month of March and like moving forward, like there's an acceleration. It's like super powered acceleration. So one day, you know, you're like this, you know, and then boom, the full moon, the eclipses, the other like everything's happening. And it feels a little bit chaotic, or it feels like things have been breaking down, or it feels like things are leaving your life, or it feels like this, or it feels like, right? But it's all for, so you can truly receive what it is that you've been praying for. But you can literally be like in this energy like one day, and then bam, stuff just starts coming in left and right like that. You know what I mean? And it's in alignment. It brings you fulfillment in your heart, in your soul. And it's not just connected with this person and divine, you know, union. There's a lot of stuff connected to this passionate energy, creative energy, like just having more energy, feeling like motivated, energized, excited, and you know what I mean? And seeing very clearly like, yeah, that's what I want. And then calling it in very quickly too. Everything's happening fast. Helping to get us to where we need to be and in alignment with, for, you know, for whatever, for like, you know, the future, for the, you know, our lives, whatever it is. This person is very, you know, there's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of nerves of this communication that is soaring and flying in, you know what I mean? Because of how long it's been since, you know, you guys have spoken. Awkward. It feels awkward. Like, you know, it feels like they ghosted or they left you on red, right? You know, or something. And then, you know, like they wanted to, like, you know, they wanted to, you know, maybe like a few days went by or a week went by, a few days went by, and they're like, okay, this is kind of weird. Like, should I say something, you know? But maybe their ego was like, no, I'm not, you know, whatever the case was. And then a week went by, and then it got a little bit more awkward. And then like 2 weeks went by, a month went by. Then they started telling themselves, well, you know, I should have, if I was going to do anything, I should have done it sooner. I should have done it, you know. Now it's like, you know, and then 6 months, a year, 2 years, right? So there's all this like nerves and nervousness about this communication. But I don't know. I don't think it stops this person. I think that's the cycle they're done with. They're done with the separation cycle. They're done with, you know, being away, being apart from you. And at the very least, they just need to know. And they want to share things with you that you need to know or that you want to know that will bring both of you guys more healing. Okay. Can I just get one more, please, for the 10 Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Tower? Lightning bolts, lightning, butterflies, monarch butterflies, that could be all very significant. Just a few days ago, we had like the weirdest, well, I had the weirdest because it was a cloud, a huge cloud, just one cloud in the sky at night. The rest of the sky was like clear. You could see the stars and, you know, Venus shining bright and like, but it was this one big cloud, no rain, no nothing, but there was lightning, electricity, currents, you know, flowing through it. And so it was lightning. It was beautiful. It was like this like deep purple lavender lightning in this beautiful cloud, like literally in the sky in front of my home. and you know, it was storming earlier in the day, but it had been like hours and the clouds had cleared, you know. So I'm not saying it was some phenomenon. What I'm saying is like, it was just really significant for that one cloud, you know, to happen right in front of me. It was definitely a sign. So for me, it was like, yeah, here he comes. Here he comes. There he goes. There he goes. This is the moment where the King of Wands strikes. He strikes. He's been waiting, you know, for the perfect time, for divine timing. Well, right now, the astrology, the full moon eclipse, the eclipse, everything, it's bringing forth that it's time. King of Wands takes action. See how it's like half lion, half woman? They've been battling like their ego and their pride, but they've connected with the heart. I'm telling you, this is this is an emperor. I mean, well, yeah, an emperor for sure, but a king. This is a King of Wands who's connected to their lion's heart and bravery, like their heart chakra. He's leading from the heart and the soul. I want to build. Is it too late for us to come back together? Is it too late for us to build together, to start something here? And there's that new beginning, victory, communication. It's divine truth. So it's truth coming from the soul, not from the brain or the mind in that, you know, in that regard. It's coming from this, it's coming from the soul. Coming from the soul. I know I'm back in my power. They're manifesting like crazy. Crazy. I'm back in my power. Okay. So anyways, loves, this is what I've got. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, all of my different reading options and spiritual services are in the description box below. I also pinned in the comments below in the video, you guys will see, we are, I'm co-hosting a Sacred Magdalene Code High Priestess, High Priest spiritual retreat in Southern France this September, the 20th through the 29th. It's a 9-day spiritual vacation, pilgrimage retreat, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm co-hosting with two of the most beautiful, divinely gifted, like, power star angels that I've ever met. And you know what I mean? Like, and they are a divine feminine. Her name is Stellar, and her beloved husband, who is a walk-in soul. His name is John. He came to be the divine masculine counterpart for Stellar, because she is a very, very, you know, very connected, songstress, priestess, and sacred sister of the rose and the Isis lineage and etc. So anyways, you guys, I pinned the YouTube video. It's like 17 minutes long or something in the comments below. If you want to hear more about that and how to start the steps of, you know, holding your space, etc. But we will be, it's 9 days, you guys. So there's going to be, there's going to be like vacation where it's like relaxation, visiting hot springs, you know, there's staying in a beautiful 5-star hotel, like accommodations, you know what I mean? There's just so much there with that. Being in sacred lands of Magdalene, of the Magdalene, of the Miriam, of the Holy Family. We're going to be going to sacred sites, but we will also be visiting sacred sites and places that, you know, are pretty much just, you know, that basically Stellar and John and maybe a few other souls know about. But it's very sacred. They were divinely guided to this place in Southern France on these Magdalene sacred lands. They oversee the White Flame Trust, which it's what keeps up some of the sacred sites, lands, Mary Magdalene's cave, etc., her cottage. So they are like trustees, and that they kind of help and are in charge of the White Flame Holy Trust. So they're very connected, very involved, but they've been doing these sacred retreats for over 10 years. Stellar has been doing this work for over 25 years, and she was mentored by a very powerful, beautiful Isis Magdalene priestess as well, sister of the rose. Her teachings are straight from the source, like, meaning she's not just channeling like Mary. She's written a book, like a sacred book. It's not out like for print. The Magdalene Codex. She was like the head priestess of the mystery school that I have been a part of. But it's like literal, like it's like the meat and potatoes, you guys. Like when you're talking about like ancient priestess, energy, quantum in the higher realms, going to different realms, different universes, different, you know, whatever, you know, quantum healing, you know, extracting parasites and, you know, doing all these different things. Using your sexual energy, because our sexual energy is actually, that is like our greatest power, honestly. So directing that, using that, you know, charging it up, etc., working with your different 8 astral bodies. Like there's so much. This is the stuff that we will be receiving and learning about, like firsthand, you know. Also, like I said, just hanging out, like, you know, lounging by the pool. Like these are, and the time of year that we're going, it's like the most beautiful time of year in France. It's like supreme. So that's why she's like, it's perfect. So it is an honor and a privilege. Plus everyone going, all the participants will also, including like myself, which I'm excited because Stellar and John, they teach the Holy White Flame Temple training, which is high level quantum healing, okay, and teachings. Very ancient, very sacred. And so anyways, and like John, her beloved, he's the representation of the divine masculine, of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, and then she's that embodiment of the Magdalene, of Mary Magdalene. And so it's just so beautiful, and I'm just so honored and privileged just to even know them. You know what I mean? So I'm just so excited to bring this to you guys, to who's ready, okay? Like, this is for men and women too, okay? Like, we already have, like, I think, what, like 6 or 7 people who have signed up. We are holding space for around, I believe, like 13 or 14. We can't do any more than that. So there's still spaces available. I mean, we just officially announced this like last week. So it hasn't even been like a full week yet since we announced it. So there's still time. Watch the video, and then if you feel called and guided after watching the video, then reach out to me via email, GypsyCowgirlTarot@gmail.com, and we will get you started. There is a $250 deposit USD that holds your retreat space, and then also gets you on a Zoom call with Stellar, John, and myself. You can ask all the questions. They'll answer, they'll go over more in detail, in depth, because you guys, they've been doing this all over the world for 10 years, like these sacred retreats and teachings and initiations. Everyone who goes will be coming home certified in level 1 and level 2 white flame temple training and teaching, meaning you can literally come back from this retreat in France and literally start immediately working with clients, like one-on-one, healing in the quantum, working in, like, I'm telling you guys, like, this is a gift that will keep on giving. You guys, those of you guys who are aligning with your spiritual work, your spiritual businesses, spiritual channels, like, this is the meat and potatoes. This is the sacred, holy, ancient teachings and stuff that everyone wants to know. Like, everyone wants to tap into and learn. Okay, so it's there, pinned in the comments. We would love, love, love to have you, you guys. Like, I cannot wait. I am so excited, so excited. And we're literally gonna be there like the week before my birthday, my 41st birthday. So I'm excited because I always knew I was gonna go to France. I've always felt called. And then John and Stellar moved to southern France on sacred Magdalene lands. There's like pyramids, sacred stargates, energy vortexes, you know, sacred water pools, and, you know, streams that we're gonna, it's just, you guys, like, I get, it's just so much. All right, anyways, okay, I get so excited when I talk about it, but I have to share, I have to get the word out there. Okay, so like, if you're a regular here on the channel, you know, and as you're tuning into the videos, if you've already heard me talk about this, please feel free to skip ahead. But there's always new souls coming, and you never know who's watching, so of course I have to share, right? Okay, here we go. So from the Romance Angels, a retreat. Oh my, literally? This, okay, so you guys, like, this spiritual retreat is going to help in a lot of ways too, for some of you guys, like, with your divine counterpart. But literally, I'm talking about this beautiful sacred retreat and experience, and then the first card out is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So it feels like that's what you're going to be experiencing with this person. Like, it's just going to be sudden, it happens, you guys are in alignment, you start your beautiful, like, divine union integration and integration work, because people seem to think that once you come into divine union, like, that's the goal, that's the end game, and that's very, very, very not the case. Okay, so the divine union is just another stepping stone along the journey, but this time you're now on a spiritual journey. You're each on your own journey, but you're on a journey together simultaneously, right? So there is still a lot of work. There's integration. There's healing that's going to occur. You know, there's a lot with the integration of divine union. So you guys definitely will need, probably for a little while, to just be with each other and just really, like, kind of disconnect maybe for a little bit. This is not codependent karmic where you know, where it's you meet someone or someone comes into your life or back into your life, you know, and it's, you guys are codependent and you start, right, isolating everyone out of your life, and it's just you and them all the time, and, you know, you can't hang out with your friends, and there's jealousy and insecurity, and, you know, like, that's karmic. That's not this at all. This is holy divine union. So you're going to be retreating into sacred holy union spaces with this person. This person They just want to spend time with you. They want to be around you. They want to talk to you. They want to be in your energy field again in the 3D. They want to, you know, take you maybe on a vacation or a weekend getaway. They just want to be with you. Love yourself first. This is like what both of you guys have been moving through and learning. This masculine with the accelerated ascension is learning that very fast. Very fast. And also the feminine has been reflecting that to them. You know, I love myself. This is what it looks like when you love yourself. This is what it looks like when you live in your truth authentically. Like, this is what it looks like when you're good being with yourself and you're not codependent and you don't need someone there. You don't need some warm body there to feel validated and special and loved and, you know, comforted and safe. Like, no, you've done this on your own. You've shown this to this person. That's a huge thing that they admire about you. Okay? Bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, what's hidden on the bottom, right? Heart-to-heart conversations. This is someone who you were open with, but they were very closed off. Your heart was more open. Their heart was more closed off. It was open to an extent, okay, but there was an extreme amount of you know, blockages, etc. Okay, so you guys, it's heart-to-heart conversations. Remember? Communication, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. That's what this person wants. This king wants. For the first time ever, I wanna be authentic. It feels good to be authentic. It feels like I need to be authentic. Nothing else you know what I mean? I can't be living in lies anymore. It doesn't feel good anymore. It feels heavy. It feels ick. I want to be honest and discuss my feelings. And then literally after that, heart to heart, communication. Then there's express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. That's what he's telling himself. And then engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yes, absolutely it is. It's holy divine union ascending into holy divine union together. Absolutely. So I love you guys so much. This is what I have. Again, this will be for like the next like 3-4 weeks. Okay. Because, you know, this is for like eclipse season. So 2-3 weeks minimum, you know, like 4 weeks maybe. But over the next few week, whatever, like that's where this is happening. Okay. So I love you guys so much. They just need to know, is there still hope for us? I just need to know. Right? All right.